Hi! If you're preparing for English speaking and writing test, welcome. In today's video, I'm gonna show you my response to a mock test of IELTS writing task 2. Hi, my name is Suguru and I have got an 8.5 in IELTS writing. If I can do that, so can you. Now let's get started. So this is the first body paragraph of my writing, and I actually got this written in under 40 minutes, so I might have made some spelling mistakes. In this video, we are not going to look at the introduction and conclusion paragraphs, just the body paragraphs, okay? Now let's go. Technology enthusiasts might have been waiting for this moment for ages, the era when AI can collect all data people want in the blink of an eye and give them all feasible solutions and ideas that might revolutionize human society. This might sound like a dream come true era for scientific researchers and analysts, for example. In fact, AI can save them the trouble of delving into tomes in a library for geological and terrestrial data for a specific location that covers a few centuries. And researchers can use the time for other purposes. This convenience is expected to accelerate scientific research, economic analysis, and many others all over the world. I don't see any spelling mistakes in this paragraph. That's fine. Let's move on to the second paragraph. At the same time, however, over-dependence on technology can come with serious consequences for the entire humankind. People are anxious about their employment because the intelligent AI can do most tasks for human workers and therefore might replace them. Ironically, this is already coming true in the computer industry. News reports say that 6% of college graduates in the US who have received a degree in information technology are jobless at the time of graduation because AI can fulfill simple tasks which used to be assigned to first-year engineers. To put it another way, engineers in the computer industry are losing their jobs because of the technology they have created. So in this paragraph, I see two spelling mistakes, technology and industry. Sorry about that. And also there is one punctuation issue here. Do you see that? To put it another way, and I put a period, but that should have been a comma. So the last body paragraph. Even more daunting is the consequences of AI on children's brain development. Children until the 1990s used to have to read newspapers or go to a library to gather information they needed to write papers. This contributed to their research and problem-solving skills. Today, however, one flick on their phones can bring students pertinent information in a second, which makes them feel as if there was nothing they need to do. When those children grow up, they might be lazy thinkers who will not try to deal with problems by themselves, which might ultimately lead to the demise, or at least a decline, of human curiosity and a pursuit of change that have helped people make countless amazing advances in history, such as voyages, telecommunications, and AI for that matter. Okay, so I see one spelling mistake. Ultimately, correct that. So let's move on to reviewing this piece of writing in connection with these criteria. The first one to consider is task response. For task response, you have to go into detail or give examples. Let's look what I did paragraph by paragraph. In my first body paragraph, the yellow part is an example of how AI can save researchers a lot of time. In the second paragraph, the yellow part explains how using AI can be a problem in society. In the third paragraph, almost all of this paragraph is an example, you see a detailed explanation of how the use of AI can negatively affect children. These details are absolutely something the IELTS examiner wants to see in candidates' papers, so you should imitate this. Next, coherence and cohesion. Cohesion means you need to use a range of cohesive devices. Not just one or two of them, many of them. Here are the cohesive devices that I have used this time. 6 in total, not bad. And I think this is the first time that I have used this cohesive device. Ironically. Ironically. We say ironically at the beginning of a sentence when we introduce something that is unexpected and usually something we didn't want to happen to us. Lexical resource. Enthusiast. Do you know this word? Enthusiast. An enthusiast is someone who loves something. It's the same meaning as a fan. Enthusiast. Let's learn a cool idiom. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye means very quickly, taking less than a second. In the blink of an eye. The last criterion, grammar. Today I want to focus on how I use some of the cohesive devices. Look here. At the same time, however. At the same time, however. I used 2 cohesive devices side by side. At the same time, however. And I did that a second time in this paragraph. Today, however. Today, however. Again, 2 cohesive devices side by side. Not many test takers can do this. If you do this, you can make an impression that you are different, in a positive way of course, from other test takers. So let's get used to this. For example, pigeons fly outside during the day. At night, however, they go back to their nest and sleep. Another example. In elementary school, students learn various things. In college, on the other hand, students focus on one field of study. In total, this writing contains 350 words, a tad shorter than usual, but this is a good amount. Alright, I hope you found this video useful. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, let me wish you good luck on your test.